Well, ladies and gentlemen, I finally threw in the towel on Alibaba, on China in general. That's right. I sold every single share that I have in my Robinhood account that was invested in China, because I finally realized that I was wrong, that all the obvious issues with China are not overblown. There's not massive fear in the market, over fear, over panic. No, I was wrong about everything, and I'm here to acknowledge that. So overall, I've suffered about a 30% loss on China, my Aina, China, my Va. But anyway, I just wanted to do a little portfolio update for what I'm doing at year end. I actually did sell about $7,500 of my China ETF, my lovely China ETF, inside of Robinhood. But it's not really because, I think China's going to zero. I do think long term the country is going to be fine. But I had an epiphany today. So Robinhood, well, this is not a new epiphany, I can tell you that. Robinhood is a very toxic, nasty app that entices you to trade. As a matter of fact, I call it my clown account. And every time I try to take a degenerate gamble, I always lose. I mean, to be honest, I am a terrible freaking trader. I am awful at trading. At long-term investing, I think I'm one of the best investors on YouTube. But when it comes to short-term trading, I just suck. I mean, China, number one, lost 30%. I bought multiple puts that have all basically lost money. I bought a TLT put in 2021, and my theory was rates were going to go up massively because of inflation. And I was 100% right. TLT collapsed, but I was too early. I also bought a put against AMC because AMC is a piece of garbage. And my theory was AMC is going to collapse. It's a fundamentally, garbage debt indebted company. And guess what? I lost money on that, but I was also right. And then I bought some puts. I mean, just like a couple $100 here and there. Just screwed around, to be honest. Against like really clownish companies. Very like unprofitable, zero revenue, or like massive unprofitability. And guess what? I got my cheeks clapped on those as well. So I burned a couple $100. I mean, it's all play money. I can use it to write off on my taxes. But I've basically burned a lot of my play money doing stupid little trades that should be better invested somewhere else. So what I did in Robinhood is, I tax loss harvested down China. Basically what I was doing was I was selling a China ETF at a loss and then buying a China ETF. And then I'd wait 31 days, and if the stock went down or the ETF went down, I would rebuy the old ETF to get outside the wash sale window. So I harvest some losses, and then I had about a $1,200 gain based on my most recent cost basis in China. So overall, it should offset, which is a good thing. But I figured that, since I've been slamming Robinhood over and over and over again, and I really think it's a disgusting app. I mean, the second that they added retirement accounts, I knew that they had no souls and they were evil scum that would literally ruin people's retirements in order to make a buck on transactions. Not to mention betting on elections and whatever. But I needed to get out of Robinhood. And what I'm going to do with the money, so I sold it all earlier today when the market opened. And I'm transferring about $7,500 out of my Robinhood account, and I'm going to put it into my checking account. And then as soon as the money clears and hits my checking account, I'm going to put all $7,500 into my solo 401k. So as a self-employed man, I'm self-employed and I have a full-time job. I actually have a solo 401k that I opened for my business. And as a business owner, it's like a sole proprietorship, which is what I am. Single member LLC, to be more exact. I went ahead and opened a solo 401k, which is 100% VT Wax, which is the Vanguard Total World Mutual Fund. Now, the money's currently in a census. I have about well, the market's dropped a little bit. So let's say $18,500. I have like $18,500 into my solo 401k. And how I'm doing this, how I'm able to contribute to my work 401k and to my solo 401k, is that I was not able to max my contributions at my work 401k this year. I got separated. I was living in an apartment and I was supporting 2 households. So I had to drop my 401k at my work from like 25% of my income down to like 5% while I was living in that apartment. And it was pretty nasty. So I've only contributed, I believe, $13,500 year to date as employee contributions into my work 401k. So what I can do is, since your total maximum, like if you have like 5 401ks, as long as the total of all contributions during the year don't exceed the maximum of $23,000, then you can contribute to each 401k if you want. You're not limited to one 401k. You don't get $23,000 per 401k, but your grand total contributions for the tax year, you can put in you can put up to $23,000 total across everything. So I've got $13,500 that I've put into my my works 401k as employee contributions. That does not include the match. That is separate. You can put $23,000, does not include the match. And then I'm going to take the $7,500 and I'm going to invest it into my Ascensus now. It used to be in Vanguard. Into my Ascensus 401k for 2024. And I have until I file my taxes to do that, even though it's a 2024 contribution. So the lesson is, ideally you want to max your tax advantage accounts before you do play money. You want to get your money out of Robinhood. I mean, like I said, I admit I'm a terrible trader. Terrible. Okay, I'm usually right about everything in the long run, or most things. I'm not going to be that obnoxious. I'm usually right about most things in the long run, but the timing is the real issue with trading. It's all about timing. I mean, look at the AMC and freaking TLT example. So that money is going to go into like I said, it's going to go into my solo 401k. So my total 401k contributions this year will be, I guess I could max it out now that I think about it, because, I'll have enough income coming in where I can, basically take all the contributions that I could have made to my work 401k into my solo 401k. So maybe I will max it out this year. That's the struggle of a boglehead. Oh, can I max my 401k this year? But that's kind of the plan. So Robinhood's closed. I mean, I have like a Tesla share in there, and then I bought like $200 of a Russian PayPal stock called Kiwi. So I still have like a couple $100 in Robinhood. And if I want to buy like, a clown share just to track it, maybe I'll do that in the future. But I basically closed my Robinhood account, and it's all going to my solo 401k. It's going to be invested in the Vanguard Total World Index, and it's just going to sit there. So go ahead, get your laughs in. I know I'm a terrible trader. I admit it. I'm awful at trading. Awful at trading. But you could be awful at trading and still have outsized investment success relative to most people. So that's kind of the year-end moves for Robinhood. Say goodbye to Robinhood and say hello to VT Wax. Check out the pinned comment if you want me to do your taxes for 2024. I do business and personal taxes for anywhere in the United States: LLCs, partnerships, S corporations, C corporations, personal returns. I can package your deal together. I'm a certified public accountant. And I can probably beat your CPA because I have no expenses. So click the pinned comment below, book a free consultation with me. We can talk for free. I'll give you an upfront quote, and I'll help you 10x with VT ETF. Have a wonderful day. Cheers.